Good morning. I'm Jasmine Anderson, a Newsday exclusive in the Gilgo killings. We're learning more about accused serial killer Rex Heuermann, his life behind bars, and what's being done to build a case against him. Sherry Einhorn has more on our conversation with Suffolk Sheriff Sheriff Toulon.
You know, it's more important for me that Mr. Heuermann has his justice in the courts and not in the jails.
A candid conversation with Suffolk Sheriff Sheriff Toulon Jr. about the Gilgo killings investigation and suspect Rex Heuermann, who is in custody at the Riverhead Jail.
I have not seen any emotion from him at all. I just wonder what is going on. Is there something that's inside that's brewing?
Heuermann is charged with killing 3 women and dumping their bodies at Gilgo Beach. He's a prime suspect in a 4th case. He pleaded not guilty.
The first couple of days or maybe week, you know, isolated on his bunk, sleeping a lot, looking up at the ceiling, maybe his back against the wall, but laying on the bunk.
Sheriff Toulon said Heuermann is no longer on suicide watch, spends 18 to 19 hours a day in his 60-square-foot cell, including meals. He's allowed outside 1 hour a day for recreation, has access to newspapers, television, and books. He gets mail and is allowed visitors. We're also hearing more about interviews happening at the jail with sex workers to try and gather information about the case. According to the sheriff, so far 2 women have said they've had encounters with Heuermann.
The ones that we've spoken about more describe not only the large size that he is, because he is a very large man, but the aggressive nature of the interaction.
Toulon also made clear that just because Heuermann seems to be acclimating to life behind bars for now, they're still keeping a close watch to protect him from others in the jail and to protect him from himself as his legal case progresses.
The 4 walls of their cell starts to close in. There's not much more that they can do. 3 months ago, he was walking around the streets of New York City.
I'm Sherry Einhorn for NewsdayTV.
You can catch the full one-on-one conversation with the sheriff on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. To the growing migrant crisis, Governor Kathy Hochul is firing back at a plan to send homeless migrants to Long Island.
We cannot and will not force other parts of our state to shelter migrants, nor are we going to be asking these migrants to move to other parts of the state against their will.
In a letter obtained by Newsday, City Mayor Eric Adams suggested sheltering asylum seekers at state-run facilities, including Kabrisky Air National Guard Base in West Hampton Beach, Pilgrim Psychiatric Center in Brentwood, and the former Kings Park Psychiatric Center. The governor says that's not going to happen. She's calling on the president to amend rules to allow migrants to receive work authorizations sooner. Drew Barrymore's alleged stalker was detained outside her Hamptons home. Southampton Town Police say Chad Michael Busto of Arizona was going door to door looking for Barrymore's Sagaponack house. We are told he was temporarily detained Wednesday night, but not arrested. Busto also attempted to rush the stage this week at Manhattan's 92nd Street Y to get to Barrymore. Former President Trump is out on bond back at his New Jersey golf course today. He surrendered and was booked and had his mugshot taken in Georgia.
I did nothing wrong, and everybody knows it. I've never had such support, and that goes with the other ones too. What they're doing is election interference. They're trying to interfere with an election. There's never been anything like it in our country before.
Trump responding to his arrest after his 4th indictment. This time, he's accused of trying to overturn the 2020 election. The DA wants to try Trump and his 18 co-defendants together in October. Trump's attorneys are fighting that. A spike in ER visits thanks to the Canadian wildfire smoke. The CDC says there was an 82% jump in asthma-associated ER visits across parts of New York State on June 7th. On Long Island, that number was 55% on June 7th, the day smoke covered the region. Read more about the smoke in our air on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A popular North Fork brewery is closing up shop today. Peconic County Brewery says that on social media that today will be its last day. The 8,500 square foot space overlooking the Peconic River in Riverhead opened in 2021. The brewery citing issues with the building and its landlord. First in Newsday, a deal to get high school referees on the field this fall. The President's Council of Suffolk County officials voted Wednesday night to ratify a new contract between Section 11, the governing body of scholastic sports in Suffolk, and its officials. The Mets are retiring the numbers of two fan favorites. Franchise greats Dwight Gooden and Darryl Strawberry will see their number immortalized next season. Strawberry number 18 and Gooding number 16 were faces of the Mets' 1986 World Series championship team. No date was given for the ceremonies. The Hollywood actors strike, delaying the release of an upcoming Hollywood blockbuster.
When you see sand here, imagine water. If you dive in, you can't reach the bottom.
You dive in.
Yes, it's called swimming.
I don't believe you.
Warner Brothers confirming Dune Part 2, one of the fall's most anticipated films, has been postponed from November until next March. The late legendary Great Neck comedian Andy Kaufman receives an honor.
Andy Kaufman, welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Kaufman's star was revealed yesterday on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His career was best remembered for his role in Taxi. Kaufman died of lung cancer in 1984 at age 35. Checking out your hyper-local Friday forecast, here's a look at Gin Beach and Montauk. Have the umbrella handy. Some heavy rain across parts of the island this morning. Checking out your day planner, highs around 75 degrees. And here's a look at your weekend forecast. Not bad. We are partly cloudy tomorrow, warming up in the 80s. Sunday, expect a high around 77 degrees. And here's a look at your futurecast. Storms continue throughout the day, but it should clear out by tomorrow morning. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Long Island weather is brought to you by the Canine Center.
The cut flower business is blooming on Long Island. Ariel Dollinger has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Last October, I took a drive out to West Hampton, pulled over by a roadside dahlia stand, put money in the cash box, took my dahlias, drove home, and thought about what an interesting experience this was that you can only have in a place like Long Island, where there are roadside stands and local growers who are selling their goods. We are here today in West Hampton at Jillian Kabala's house, which is also Nestle Down Dahlias, her roadside dahlia business, and she's about to take us into her backyard and show us how she runs her dahlia stand.
So this is our backyard dahlia farm. It's around 1/3 of an acre, and we have 700 plants. This is not my primary source of income. I'm a dietitian and my husband and I work full-time, but I know a lot of flower farmers who do that full-time, and it can be really challenging. I supply florists, floral designers, and then I also have extra for the roadside stand.
So tell me about the work that goes into this and why all the flowers are in bags.
So normally in cut flower production, you would use pesticides to control insect damage on the plants. And obviously that's harmful for the environment, pollinators, and also, humans and our customers. The bags help protect the blooms from, caterpillar damage, beetles.
And do I take all these leaves off?
Yes, you strip the leaves and then you just put them in the bucket. Farming for your livelihood is no joke. It's a lot of work, and every year you're dealing with something. Yes, this is another corn borer.
How often are you out here checking on the flowers? And
Multiple times per day. So you always have to be back here, seeing what's going on, checking on your plants every day. We started our roadside business 2 years ago, and it's going really well.
for Newsday TV, I'm Ariel Dollinger.
Read more about fresh cut flowers on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Feed Me is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
A new spin on sushi. Elisa DiStefano heads to Carl Place in today's Feed Me TV.
It's a brand new sushi experience. This is a totally different way to dine.
Cora Revolving Sushi Bar just opened its first New York location in Carl Place.
The company started in Japan, and they have over 450 restaurants in Japan already. We serve authentic Japanese sushi-style food. If you go to our locations in Japan, it's going to be exactly the same food that we're serving here.
So here's how a Revolving Sushi Bar works.
Watch over 100 items pass by your table. There's so many options, and pick any plate you like.
There's everything from sushi to apps to dessert, all $3.75 per plate. You can also choose off the order panel. Their robot delivers drinks. And food arrives by express belt, straight to your table.
That was so fast. The ramen is one of their most popular plates.
The revolving belt goes around, it goes to the kitchen, and it never stops. They have to be quick in making the dishes, and they just put it on the belt so it comes fresh to the customer.
And don't forget dessert. I was told to try their famous taiyaki, red bean paste, and the ice cream. It is delicious. A first for me, but definitely not a last.
As a bonus, for every 5 plates you eat, your table is treated to an animation.
And if you could eat 15 plates, I'll have to bring a few friends next time. You get a prize. A superhero lanyard. How cute. For NewsdayTV, Elisa DiStefano.
Elisa, you answered my question. I was wondering if there was a limit. Okay. Well, for more on Coral Revolving Sushi Place, or bar rather, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
There's nothing like when you finish a story, you have this product that goes out to the world and hopefully brings some truth to, society.
Newsday, covering Long Island like no one else can.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Happy Friday. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.